We talk about marijuana being a gateway drug, beginning for most drug addicts, but really alcohol and tobacco are the beginning. It's where the experimenting happens, which then leads to the marijuana use. And many specialists, including me, look at alcohol as a drug because it's illegal for the kids we're talking about to use in the United States. Obviously, there are many people who drink alcohol today and they aren't drug addicts. There's also many people who drink alcohol today whose lives aren't as good as they were intended to be. Alcohol depresses the central nervous system. There's relaxation, feelings of well-being, but in some cases, depression and anger, as you probably know. And as far as tobacco goes, when I was young, knowing now that I have the type of brain that was risk-taking and had a proclivity to experiment with substances, I remember the first time I chewed tobacco in 8th grade. Walking around my neighborhood, I had a feeling like a lightheadedness, and I really liked that feeling. So much that I tried it again the next night and threw up. Of course, that didn't stop me. Alcohol can also be one of those substances that are available at home, like many of the prescription painkillers we talked about, or the different substances, cleaning supplies that can be huffed. Most kids begin to experiment by stealing some of mom and dad's alcohol. Beer out of the fridge, the wine after an event, or that liquor cabinet. It's also a great indicator to see if you have an experimenting kind of kid or friends that are that way. If you're noticing that those things are missing, this course will still nip it in the bud. So very important to keep an eye on your alcohol around the house. Monitor it closely, just like your children. And the long-term effects of alcohol, we're talking about liver damage, stomach lining problems, ulcers, brain damage, blackouts can cause so many problems. And if you have female children who you're concerned about, there are countless sexual abuse cases where a woman drank too much and lost control of where she is. It wasn't her fault that it happened that way, but it could have been prevented. Make sure the kids don't experiment with alcohol. Adults drink, it's an adult choice, not for kids.